Roxanne Young, and I'm here to talk to you about the Next Great Innovator board game. So the board, this is my prototype, and then there's green squares and blue squares, which means green squares is individual play and a blue square is group play. So with individual play, if you get a point, then only you advance, and if you're on a blue square, if you get a point, then your whole team advances a square. So how you advance is with this spinner. So there's 7 categories, and then all the categories are found on this card, and then on the back you find the solutions for those questions that have a solution. So the first is trivia, and you can expect questions like what major events happened which led to the creation of Honda. There are what if questions. So if you get the answer right, obviously you advance a square. There's what if questions, which, for example, what if ebooks replace paperbacks? And if you could come up with your own what if questions, then you would get a bonus point, so you would advance a square. And then how it works, it goes around the table, and then the last person to come up with an answer would get the point. And then there's alternate uses, where you try to find an alternate use for a product. So for example, the question would be bubble wrap. So everyone would have to try to find an alternate use for bubble wrap, and same thing as the other one. The last person to come up with a good answer, would get to advance. And then there's perspective shift, where it helps you think from the perspective of someone else. So for example, the question would be, how would teenagers improve a phone? The person that comes up with the most common answer would get advance a square, but also the last person to come up with any answer would also advance a square. There's also association, which finds the similarities between 2 unrelated products. So for example, a remote and a phone, and it would work in the same way where it goes around. And then the last one is questions. So it is thought-provoking questions that don't necessarily have a right or wrong answer. So the question could be, what would you do if no one was watching? Or how would you improve a certain product? And the last one is the spinner's choice, which is you can just pick whichever one you want. And there's also the innovation challenge squares on the board, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. So this one is, your idea was accepted by the board members, so skip ahead 2 spaces. And there are other ones that will jump you back, and then or switch spots with another player. So I hope you enjoyed my demonstration, and I wish you were here so that I could answer some of your questions. Nice to see you guys again.